Now I'm hearing it out there from people in the media. Hey everyone, it's Kenton Becker, American Pacific Mortgage. I'm here again with another weekly video tip for you. Now this week's tip is going to be kind of, just raw. A lot of times these videos that I do, they really are just conversations that I'm having with different clients throughout the week. It gives me a thought of, this is a good conversation I had with this client, so maybe I want to share it on one of the weekly video tips. So what I actually want to talk about is, in a way, kind of debunking some myths. Now I'm hearing it out there from people in the media, friends and family members that keep saying it's not a good time to buy a house. And when they say that, they're usually pointing to two different things. One, they're pointing that interest rates are a little bit higher, and two, they're saying that prices are a little bit higher, home prices. Now I'm going to debunk both of these really quick, because when it comes to interest rates, the question that I always ask is, okay, interest rates are higher. There's no doubt about it. Interest rates have gone up over the last year. But my question is, where will they be next year? Where will they be the year after? Everybody kind of agrees that they think interest rates are going to go higher. So when you look at an interest rate today at, let's say, 5.5%, what if next year there's 6%? What if the year after there's 6.5%? What if the year after that they actually drop back down to 5% or even 4%? The point is that interest rates are going to go up and they're going to go down. Now, what I recommend to clients is buy as soon as you're able to buy. Because if you buy today and interest rates go up in the future, well, hey, congratulations, you bought today and you got the interest rate you got today. Not the higher interest rates a year from now or 2 years from now or however long in the future. But let's say that interest rates go down in the future. Well, congratulations still, because you still have the opportunity to lower your interest rate by doing a refinance. So let's say you bought today at 5.5% and next year rates are only 4%. Well, great, let's refinance you down to 4%. But here's the advantage that you have. Because you bought today and not a year from now, you still have gained a year's worth of appreciation. So you're still coming out ahead compared to the person that says, I'm gonna wait until interest rates go down. So that person that waits a year or 2 years from now, yeah, they may get a lower interest rate when they buy 2 years from now, but they've also lost out on 2 years of appreciation. Now, this gets me to the second point, which is that home prices are higher right now, and everybody thinks that home prices are going to go down. Well, reference my previous videos on why I don't think that's the case, why I believe that our market is primed to continue to increase. Now, it's not going to continue to increase at the rapid pace we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years, but I still do believe it will increase. There's just too much demand for buyers. There's too much demand with employment, low record unemployment. There's just a lot of factors that really point to our market continuing to increase. Now, don't be faked out by seeing home prices drop, because what we're actually seeing is that sellers that are getting a little bit too aggressive in our current market with their listing price, they are having to do price reductions. In other words, they overpriced their home from the beginning, and now they're needing to do a price reduction to get a buyer interested in their home. However, for all those sellers that read the market correctly and they actually price their home correctly, we're seeing those sellers get multiple offers still, and many times their home is still going above the asking price that they listed it for. So that's the fake out that we're seeing. Everybody's looking at the price reductions and thinking, oh no, our market is going down. The reality is that those sellers were getting too aggressive. That's why they're doing price reductions. And the sellers that were realistic with their prices are seeing multiple offers, and their homes are still selling incredibly fast. Those are the two main points in terms of interest rates being higher or home prices being higher that I kind of wanted to debunk. But here's just a thought that I want to leave with you. I had a lot of clients at the beginning of the year that said, Kenton, I don't want to buy a home right now because it's too crazy out there. Interest rates were incredibly low. We saw interest rates close to 3% around the beginning of the year, but home prices were crazy. And any buyer that got out there in the market was having to battle other buyers, get into bidding wars, compete with sometimes 20 other buyers on the same property, and they were getting outbid by cash offers. It was just craziness out there. Those buyers said, I don't want to buy right now because it's a crazy market. Now those same buyers that I'm coming to 6 months later, 8 months later, and I'm saying, hey, there's more inventory out there. You're not seeing all the crazy bidding wars. You're not seeing major price hikes. You're not generally competing with 20 other buyers. It's a lot more balanced market, a lot more easy market to get into. Do you want to buy a house? Those same buyers are saying, no, I don't want to buy a house right now because it's slowed down. Hey, well, you can't have it both ways. What I'm seeing in the market is a very calm market. It's not cold. In other words, we're not seeing home prices crash. We're not seeing major price reductions. We're not seeing home values decreasing where people are losing equity. So we're not seeing a cold market. We're also generally not seeing a major hot market, meaning that we're not seeing major bidding wars. We're not seeing major price increases where a seller can get $50,000 over their asking price because so many buyers offered them offers. So I feel like we're right in the middle, where this is a prime time for buyers. They're not getting the cold market, they're not getting the hot market. So as a buyer, what would you rather do? Continue to rent and see increases in your rent payment by anywhere from 5 to 10% per year? Or would you like to get into the market now while the market is in a balanced state and lock in your home price today? Now again, we talked about once you lock in that home price, you're locked into that home price. You don't have to worry about it increasing in the future. And if it in the market, if it does increase, you're getting equity, you're gaining appreciation. And again, even though you may get a higher interest rate today, if interest rates go down in the future, we can look at refinancing you and lower that monthly payment. Can't say that about your rent. As your rent keeps going up because the market keeps going up for rentals, you're not going to be able to call your landlord next year and say, hey, can I lower that interest rate? Can I lower that rental payment? No. They're going to keep increasing those rents as the market demands it. Get into something that's going to gain you some equity and you can lock in your price as well. All right. So those are just some random thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me again on this weekly tip. Have a great week. Figured out a word I can't say. Myths. Myths.